Hey squad, welcome back to the Real Estate Think Tank. Now, before we leave the launch pad, number one, be sure to subscribe to stay connected for more genius information. Number two, so I can sleep at night, give this video a like. And number three, if you are in the market to buy, sell, or invest, call your favorite YouTube realtor, Brian, at 713-306-6517. Cool. What we're going to do today is dive into a wonderful real estate article by Redfin, housing market update, pending home sales improve in January as more buyers return. Kaboom! Let's dive in. All right, now the article begins. More demand from buyers and less supply from homeowners. New listings of homes for sale are down 18% from a year ago. That's, though, a smaller drop than recent weeks, and home prices are holding steady. The median U.S. home sale price rose 1.1% year over year to $350,000, the biggest increase in over a month. All right, so think tank time. Let's explore. What do we think about this? Is this even real? The demand from home buyers is actually holding the prices steady. I don't know what's going out there in the world, but here in Houston, we are seeing slashes in prices, especially from new construction. So I know this article is probably talking from a national standpoint, and yet hyperlocality is everything, right? In Houston, we're seeing price drops from new construction homes and also in the resale market. All right, let's dive in a little more. Let's check out some leading indicators. All right, for the week ending January 26th, 30-year mortgage rates dropped to 6.13%. The daily average was 6.18% on January 25th. Purchase applications were down 39% from a year earlier. Blah, blah, blah. Let's give some opinions on this. So, they're using these highlighting words, right? Like mortgage rates dropped, yet we know that they're going to keep ticking up, inflation out of control. No matter what politician tells you, know this one thing to be true. Inflation is directly correlated to the printing of money. So no matter what they tell you, oh, this is causing inflation, it's the war in Ukraine. Yeah, right. It's purely the printing of money. So when you see Congress spending billions of dollars out of control, no, that's going to make inflation also out of control. So with interest rates dropping, okay, we get it. Those are some highlighted terms to get people spending and buying out there, right? What we're actually seeing out there are, yes, prices are dropping and buyers are buying them. So if this article gives you confidence, right on, give me a call if you'd like to purchase something new. All right, let's go to another leading indicator. All right, so let's look at data based on homes listed and or sold during that period. The median home sales price was $350,000-ish, up 1.1% year over year. The biggest gain in over a month, and yet among the 50 most populous U.S. metros, sell prices fell in 17, with the biggest drops in San Francisco, Oakland, what's going on in California, San Jose, again, California, everybody abandoned the West Coast, come to Texas. Austin's dropped negative 6.3%. That's all fun, and yet we're talking hyper local. Let's talk about Houston. Phenomenal stuff, and yet we're seeing the prices decrease, again, with new construction and resale. So people are still in the market. I like to think about this, right? Interest rates, home prices shifting, all that fun stuff. At the end of the day, what actually doesn't matter about any of that are significant life events. So when there's a new baby on the way, when there's a new marriage on the way, when there's a new job on the horizon, and obviously all the opposites of those things, none of those things really care about what interest rates are doing or home sale prices. Because if you got to move, you got to move, right? And so for me, the leading indicator will always be significant life events. All right, let's dive into another part of the article. All right, so graphs, and more graphs. This one is the median sell price, up 1.1% year over year. Here we go. We have four wonderful colors. Looks like in 2022, just last year, things started out around 350, dropped a little bit around February, kind of where we are now, and then kaboom, up in March all the way into July, summer, and then things started to taper off a little bit, and yet they ended even higher than where they began at the start of the year. 2021, similar path, except for it ended, as you can see, a lot higher than where it started. And same thing with 2020. So what's going to happen in 2023? We see it's kind of flat, but yet not much different than before. So let's explore our popular or unpopular opinions. All right, so what's going to happen? Who knows, except for me, right? That's why you're here. I think what's going to happen is somewhat similar to what the other years did previously, where you see the spike in the seasonal parts of the year and then summer. And then towards the end of the year, I think we're really going to have to rely on see what interest rates do there. And again, what I mentioned before, significant life events that don't really care about interest rates, right? Baby's on the way, baby's on the way. It's not like, oh my God, interest rates at 8%. Let me hold on another 3 months, right? All right, so new graph, 4.4 months of supply available on the market. 2023 is that orange color, and it looks like we skyrocketed from just under 3.5 to 4.5 at the drop of a hat. I mean, not even a breath, a blink went by, and we're already just south of 4.5. Let's explore 2022. That started just under 2 and ended just under 3.5. So there was an increase over the course of the year, but it's contrasting heavily from where 2023 has started. I mean, a whole almost from 3.5 to 4.5 in just a month. So let's talk about that a little bit. We can look at the graph here, what happened in 2020 and 2021 with those pandemic times, and let's really look at what's happening in 23. All right, so month supply inventory for all those out there really give us an idea of supply and demand. At one point in the hyperlocal market here in Katy, Texas, during the crazy time of real estate, we had a month supply of inventory of 2 weeks. That's insane, right? That's insane. That means it would take 2 weeks to totally deplete all the current available inventory on the market. Those days have sailed. Clearly, looking at this graph, 2023 spiking, we went from 3.5 to 4.5 in a month, right? So for me, that's an indication of supply and demand, right? And what affects that, right? Cost of living, right? How much it costs to just live in the world, and then of course inflation, how much money they're printing. So what does this mean, right? Do we expect things to keep climbing? I think so. Really, what's called equilibrium is anywhere between 4 and 6 months, and we're entering that space already. And equilibrium is right there in the middle between a seller's market and a buyer's market, with a lot of dust in the air, still a lot of uncertainty. That's why it's super important to stay connected to your trusted real estate consultants. Will 2023 be any different? Subscribe to the channel, stay tuned to the Real Estate Think Tank, and stay connected to some more genius information. This is my very first video. Kaboom! End recording.